In the Keystone State, Pennsylvania's own Joel Hetrick struck back big in ATV motocross. Even a mistake while leading the first moto at Pleasure Valley could not stop the home track specialist from victory. While behind him, the typical battle for the final podium spots raged on. The action was hot and heavy right to the finish throughout the top 5. And then the gate dropped for Moto 2 where things boiled over. Hetrick led every lap again, while his championship rival Chad Wienen had to make passes after getting a bad start. The defending champ did just that, passing his way to second to minimize the points damage. But there was no stopping Hetrick from grabbing the 1-1 and the points lead. But now the legendary Unadilla awaits. Could it be the turning point in a season-long fight? Unadilla Valley Sports Center, perhaps the most legendary motocross track in all of America, is host to ATV National Motocross Racing this afternoon. I'm Jason Wygant here to give you the call. A big, wide, fast racetrack. And there's always an extra hint of drama in the air at this event as well. Strange things have happened. Cesar Jimenez hoping that good things happen for him. Vincent Merman as well, some of the young talent in the sport. There's Michael Perkins' number 94 machine as well. Logan Stanfield's 55. Vitek Mechanic coming out of Poland. Wesley Wolf been on a roll lately, got some podiums this year. Brandon Hogue has been quick but luckless on the number 26. And Jeff Rastrelli doing a good job fighting off the kids. He's been on the podium quite a bit this year. Max Lindquist very fast on the number 2. Michael Allred, Cody Ford, he and his brother Bryce have been contenders this year. There's Bryce's machine, the number 4. He has been fast all year and kept it on all 4s, the last one for a podium.
What's up, everybody? It's Bryce Ford here. We're at Unadilla. I'm super excited for this track. I've been training on a hard pack at the Sturt compound and just excited. I'm going to try my best and hopefully pull some starts and get some clean laps in. I'm just, like I said, excited to ride a faster paced track like Pleasure Valley, and I had super good results there. And we did the same thing we did for Pleasure Valley and just going to see how it works here and keep going from there.
Here's Chad Wienen now back to the blue plates. Lost the points lead by a slim margin at the last one to his title rival, Joel Hetrick. Let's see if he can get it back today.
My goal is to come out here and with good points. Obviously, this is a pretty strong track for Joel, but I'm going to do everything I can to try to disrupt that and have a good race here. Good starts are going to be key. And I've had a good 2-week span at home in Illinois and just getting my preps ready, and I'm feeling ready. Here we go.
The riders are always a story, but when you come to Unadilla, it takes a lot of the spotlight as well. We'll show you what it's like to put machines out on this racetrack when we return. We're qualifying, and we're also keeping an eye on the ever-changing weather. ATV Motocross is brought to you by Rocky Mountain ATVMC and by CST Tires. Joel Hetrick back in the points lead in the ATV National Motocross Championship. Had a big crash at the opening round at Daytona and has been on the comeback trail since. Let's check in.
Coming off a 1-1 win at Pleasure Valley, heading into another hard pack track. Super excited. It felt really nice going home a point ahead, especially because it was only an hour and a half away from home. So Sunday I was home real early and just got to gather everything in and just kind of figure out where I was weak at. Even at the race, I won both motos, but there's still some improvement to be made, and we're still grinding. There's 8 motos left, and it's going to be brutal. So just got to keep grinding and keep doing what I'm doing and have fun.
Okay, boys, let's have at it here at Unadilla. Only one practice session because of rain. And that's kind of a constant at Unadilla. Just wait for it, the weather will change. You can see he was actually dry and dusty at one point as they tried to leave the track as dry as possible in anticipation of the rain. A little bit of grass still on the track as well. That is tradition at Unadilla where they grass the place over at the end of the racing season. Wow, Brandon Hogue over the sky shot, throwing it sideways. There is Ford on the number 4. Sky shot there. Hey, Nick Janusa out of New Jersey looking quick. And there you see the high speed and the hard pack that a lot of the riders were talking about. Here's Jeff Rastrelli navigating this facility, and Wesley Wolf on the 741. They have built up the jump faces at this track through the years, but it still uses the general natural lay of the land for the elevation change. And then they'll build a couple of lips, as they would call it, to accentuate the airtime a little bit. But this valley's been hosting great racing since the late 1960s. Michael Allred there. Vincent Merman here, 535. Cesar Jimenez putting the power down on the 101. Yeah, throwing it sideways, love it. Chad Wienen, your fast qualifier, that is normally the domain of Hetrick. So Chad, he knows it's a good track for Joel, but he is feeling good today. But no one is feeling good about the weather. Remember what I said about the second qualifier having to be postponed or canceled due to rain? Well, it's still muddy for Moto 1 up next. ATV Motocross is brought to you by Rocky Mountain ATVMX and by CST Tires. Well, you haven't had a true race weekend at Unadilla here in upstate New York unless you've had some sort of foul weather to deal with. And in the end, we've got the mud setup, bigger tires, a lot of duct tape over the fenders, probably some of the airbox radiators as well. And let's go racing in the mud here at Unadilla. And Michael Allred, you can always pick him out. Allred on the all-yellow machine has got the whole shot. Brandon Hogue, we're going to point the cameras backwards today so they don't catch as much mud. You see him in the mix as well. Looks like Chad Wienen, as they dive in and out of Gravity Cavity, has taken over the lead. You see a good crowd still gathered. They are a tough bunch up here in New York. Hogue off the side of the track, or I can't even tell where the track goes at this point, actually making passes. Well, this is big for Chad Wienen. The start, always important in motocross, but in a mud race where roost is such an issue, it's more important than ever. And Chad has been struggling with his starts the last couple of rounds, but he nailed it when he needed it today. And there he is on the Wienen Motorsports Yamaha, looking good out front. Bit of sunshine here. So we'll see if this track can dry out. Wow, we got a tangle back there for a second. I can't even tell, is that Rastrelli and Hetrick battling? Hetrick gets tossed head over heels. A huge crash, and it's on the first lap of the race. You presume the entire field is going by, and look, he's all right. He's trying to get his machine back on four wheels. He can't do it. He is going to be not only last, but probably half of a lap behind the field. And is always the case. If Hetrick falters, Chad Wienen takes advantage. That is why he has 7 championships in this series. He probably has no idea what's going on back there, but Wienen is about to take a huge points advantage if he can avoid that type of mistake, as well as the mechanical problems and other drama that come with racing in the rain. Unbelievable. Well, what a shakeup. And Hetrick, I was pretty surprised how many braking bumps and ruts there were coming into that right-hander. It's still pretty rough. You don't often get the rough terrain when you're trying to pack the track in and make it hard packed so the water rolls off. But Hetrick had the combination of both bumps and slick there. It's this very corner where he went down, and that is massive for this series-long points chase. Got the Ford brothers battling it out here, 4th and 5th. Check back in with Wienen, leading the way without a problem. Here's Bryce Ford. The young Texan has been fast all year. Hetrick still in 15th place. And by the way, there are 15 riders in this moto, so he is in last. Jeff Rastrelli is second. He's gotten around rider who got the whole shot, Michael Allred. Shout out to Allred's mechanic, Thomas Brown, multi-time winner in this series, 3rd in points multiple times, retired now. Whatever they did at the start worked out. Actually, I heard that there was some standing water that they didn't even clear, and it worked somehow for Allred to grab the whole shot despite the outside gate pick. Hetrick finally has reached the back of the field, has made a move. He's in 14th place. Still a long way to go.
So he's going to start trying to work away, but he was down there.
Look at Wienen's lead. He is long gone, and he's just trying to bring that Yamaha home and take advantage. The question is, how many riders will finish between himself and Hetrick? You've got the very difficult to pass Rastrelli in second. Allred putting in a great race, holding off Ford right now for a podium spot. There's the pass. Ford able to get by in the mud here in Unadilla. And as expected, the drama has unfolded. Stay with us. Racer TV is brought to you by Rocky Mountain ATVMC and by CST Tires. So the replay of that crash there, that is huge for the makeup of this series. That was your series leader, Joel Hetrick, going down here at Unadilla on lap 1. Has put him in last place, and he is just trying to get into the top 10 right now. He's done it. He is in 10th on the Phoenix Racing Yamaha. Meanwhile, Chad Wienen, second in points, leads this moto. So he's going to build a big points lead, and if you give Wienen any advantage in points, Cesar Jimenez having problems with his machine, he's out. Give Wienen an advantage in points. He's so hard to reel in because he just never has bad races. It's unbelievable the consistency he has had over the last decade that he has been with Yamaha. Freight train battle, we're used to that this year. Yeah, that battle is good behind Wienen. You've got Rastrelli, Brandon Hogue here in the 26. Allred, Wolf, Hogue, and Ford all in this battle. Ford is third behind Rastrelli. Here is the white flag for Wienen. And no sign of Hetrick, just too far back to get in this battle. There's Rastrelli, there's Ford. Allred is trying to hold on to fourth over Wolf and Hogue. Rastrelli's gap starting to get dwindled compared to Ford. He is definitely catching him, but there's only half a lap to go. And meanwhile, you can see Chad Wienen on complete cruise control. Look at this battle between Wolf and Hogue, still going at it. And you got Lindquist right there in the 2, and then the 15 of Janusa. Talked about that in every show this year. You've got Wienen and Hetrick way out front. In this case, it's Wienen taking the moto win at Unadilla. Rastrelli a good run for second. He will hold off Ford, and the battles behind those guys, it has been spectacular. Allred with that whole shot award. Congratulations to him. Wienen with the moto win, and now pressure is on. Joel Hetrick ended up 10th in that moto. He's got to at least try to win this one and get a few of those points back, but seems pretty certain that Wienen will leave today as the points leader if he can avoid disaster in this second moto. Here we go. And Hetrick on the outside almost got the whole shot. Somehow Wienen able to squirt back in front. Close competition between those two. Janusa, bad start. Going to give us one heck of a show with our Rocky Mountain on board. Out of gravity cavity they go. Love to see the setup with Hetrick and Wienen in the 1-2 spots right out of the gate. I believe that's Wesley Wolf in third. And this field this year, it is so closely matched outside of these two. Wienen and Hetrick starting to get away, and then behind him, it has been thrown a blanket over the field. And Janusa is showing you just how close it is.
Go back and look at qualifying times from earlier.
Here we go.
Chad Wienen actually the fastest.
And here Rodney Tomlin, our live race announcer here in ATV Motocross, trying to analyze that battle. Wienen versus Hetrick for the lead. Can Wienen get the 1-1? And he is starting to pull away just a bit. Wolf keeping them honest. I think that's Rastrelli there, the number 4 position. Yes, it is. Then it's Ford and Janusa. Cannot believe how much this track has changed in just a couple of hours with the sunshine. I thought it was at least going to be tacky, but we have dust in spots. There's standing water on the track in Moto 1. Janusa still dropping in on this battle. That's Rastrelli trying to hold off Ford. Oh, and you see how rough this track can get. With the onboard with Janusa sawing out the handlebars there. Look at this, Chad Wienen putting some distance between himself and Hetrick right now. And Hetrick has not been able to get away from Wolf. Nice move on the inside, Ford. And Janusa going to give you a view at that. Was Ford able to make the pass on Rastrelli? He was not. Wow, look at the lead Wienen has pulled. You do not see people pull away from Joel Hetrick very often. This battle's still going. Ford, Rastrelli, Janusa, Wolf, Brandon Hogue in on it now. And Janusa has a problem. Ah, tough break for him. And we're also going to lose some of the really good footage of that battle. Brandon Hogue going to try to take us to the front. Well, I don't know if anyone is going to get a view of this guy. There's Janusa. We'll be right back. ATV Motocross is brought to you by Rocky Mountain ATVMC and by CST Tires. Watching ATV Motocross here on MAV TV, Unadilla Valley Sports Center, New York. Jason Wygant to give you the call. Chad Wienen has made mincemeat of this racetrack. Even had his championship rival Joel Hetrick start behind him in this second moto. And Chad has simply pulled away from the field, looking for the 1-1. We'll transition back. It was a great battle for podium spots. Wesley Wolf was keeping second place Joel Hetrick honest for most of this moto. Janusa is out with a mechanical. Saw that before we went to break. Wolf has faded a bit here in the latter moments, and that's why Ford has caught him. Good battle for third, and Brandon Hogue right behind Ford. Hogue has come from nowhere in this moto. And Hetrick to look over. Still doesn't have a massive gap over Wolf. And as quickly as Wolf was under pressure from Ford, Wolf's been able to pull back away. Ford must have made a mistake. Hogue has a problem. He's off the side of the track. I think he's actually working on the kill switch. Tough break for Hogue, who's putting in a great run despite the bad start. And those are the kind of things that seem to happen to everyone but Chad Wienen, who will retake the points lead if he can hang on for 2 more laps. Keep watching this battle for third. Ford has caught Wolf for a second time. As the big man from Illinois, Wienen styles his way above Unadilla. Lindquist and Rastrelli have hooked up in a battle here. One of the veterans, one of the newcomers, and they have had several good scraps this year. Ford a mistake in that right-hander, and that might be all she wrote in that battle to get Wolf to the final podium spot in this moto. And you can see Rastrelli fighting hard to try to catch Lindquist down the stretch. Chad Wienen now 1 lap away from sweeping Unadilla. Said it would be a strong track for Hetrick. He needed good starts. He got 2 good ones and did the rest of the work right there. The ageless Chad Wienen. As for Hetrick, he's had the ball bounce the wrong way several times this year, but he usually does bounce back strong. So we'll be on the lookout next round, which will be Redbud on the Michigan and Indiana state line. That's a little bit closer to home for Wienen. But you know Hetrick is going to be going all out at that one. Woo! I don't know if that was fun for Wienen or a mistake, just trying to keep that thing in line. Backs it into this right-hander. Hetrick going to salvage second in this second moto. You know he would have liked to have gone out and won it. But Wienen was unstoppable today and salutes the fans over the sky shot for the last time. Chad Wienen in complete control throughout the day here in New York. And he's going to win Unadilla. Ford and Rastrelli second and third when we combine the two motos overall. Let's talk to them.
Sorry I had to get off the podium. I was really sick today and just had a stomach flu, I believe, and just was thrown up after the race, after the second moto. I kind of showed my performance getting a 6th place. I think we did what we could today, and you know, going 2-6 was good enough for 3rd overall, and keeping the points chase for 3rd in the championship alive. So yeah, today was good for sure.
Had a super good day. The first moto wasn't so great. I had a bad start, but just made my way up, and I ended up 3rd right behind Jeffrey. Wish I could have got that 2nd place in that one. And then the second one, we got a super good start, and just rode my race. I was 4th, I think, and Wesley was in front of me. I would have liked to get him, but he was riding great, and I just got 4th on that one, and I'm super pumped and super excited to be going to Michigan, Redbud, and this one really means a lot, and it's the best one yet. I know I said that at Pleasure Valley, but I haven't got a 2nd place yet, and I'm just super pumped.
We nailed our setup. We had the big tires on, and a day we've been looking for, and a lot of work goes into this, and just really blessed on all the hard work that everybody puts in on my team, and just really excited to go into Redbud. We have the points lead, but we got a lot of work to do. We got to keep this rolling, and we're going to try.
And Wienen looking to tie the great Gary Denton with 8 championships in this series if he can hold the points lead to the end of the year. And a change right here. Hetrick goes down hard. Lap 1 of Moto 1 in the mud. It's our CST Tires race recap. He would claw his way back from last to 10th as Wienen took off with the lead. Brandon Hogue had some problems. There's Hetrick trying to get his machine back on 4 wheels. Michael Allred had a good start and was able to hold on for 4th. There's Hogue battling with Wesley Wolf. Checkered flag to Wienen. Hetrick was back and almost got the whole shot in Moto 2, but Wienen just able to get in front of him. Nick Janusa was right in the battle for top 5. He had a mechanical problem. Wesley Wolf keeping the leaders honest. Wienen would pull away from Hetrick. Like he said, was the day he was looking for. There's mechanical problems for Janusa. Hogue had a problem with his kill switch. And Wolf rode well. Hold off forward. There are the standings, and just like that, Wienen has 16 points over Hetrick. We're headed to Redbud. For everyone at Racer TV, I'm Jason Wygant. Thanks for watching.